Are you looking to your coach?
I mean, I would say that you kind of got to go back into the green room, get a huddle, and get your things together.
Well, it looks like the grand final is just about ready. So let's shoot it across. Sims, Walshy, let's get it going.
Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the grand finals of the HCS Summer Season Pro League 2017. Splyce taking on OpTic Gaming. Splyce earlier on in incredible fashion taking down the green wall 4-1. Now, we get OpTic. They get a second crack at them. Let's see how they can pull this off. Remember, Dave, we have to see OpTic Gaming push them to a second best of 7.
And to be honest, I think if OpTic pushes to the second best of 7, I hate using these kind of terms, but I'm almost guaranteeing that OpTic is going to close out the second best of 7. OpTic is just one of the squads, once they get momentum, it's really tough. And I just feel like this squad is so young when you look at Splyce.
Yeah, we have mentioned it before that we were kind of looking for that lead role, that figurehead, and necessarily, I mean, don't get me wrong, you look at this man on your screen, I've always rated this guy, he's an absolute beast. Mr. Shooter, yes, he's been around for a while, but you don't have that veteran, you don't have the old guard, the 30, the 35-year-old plus that's been playing since Halo C. It's a very young roster, but still, I mean, what a marvelous job they've been doing so far. They've been playing together, they've been grinding it out, Dave, and I tell you what, they absolutely goddamn deserve their place right now on main stage.
Yes, they are absolutely killing it. They have proven so many other squads out there wrong. One thing that a couple people have pointed out already is just talking about how this roster stayed together before they even that Pro League spot. I forget which caster tweeted out recently, but that's still mind-blowing.
Yeah.
When you also think of, too, how Oxygen Supremacy did the same thing this tournament. They got into Pro League, and they just kept that roster a couple months without the proceeds.
Yep, sticking together, it does speak volumes in the Halo scene. 18-7, now we will see OpTic Gaming snap to put the pain train onto Splyce. 2 plots in the hand of the green walls. We move down to 1 on the opposing side, hitting the 10-minute remaining mark on your screen. Lethal is down, no shields, trying to stay alive over here on Postus, and he will as he thrusts back, hides behind the pillar. He can see bullets flying across his screen, so he knows someone's around this corner. Here's the call out, there's the one shot. See you later, Shooter. Now, the call comes in for bottom mid, but a very sneaky player now. It's not often, Dave, that you're allowed to kind of take that bottom mid without being challenged.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how little resistance felt like those players met, but as soon as we saw a couple of those kills, we saw them collapse in towards bomb area. But as I say that, 3 members of OpTic Gaming went down for just a brief moment. Frosty trying to put some pressure over the top towards OS. I believe that OS got burned about the 940 mark, so you can expect both those coaches to let both the teams know at the 740 mark that power-up coming right back up.
Yeah, Camo goes down, but at least it was burned. Royal 2 moves inside to Yard. They're going to try and push this one back in their favor, making sure nobody worms their way out of Cinema. Grenades go down as well, come across his head. You'll look down once again at bottom mid. He's in a fantastic place. Can he get this final kill? No, he can't. He'll tag it up. I'm looking for the assist. The player's actually just run by. There's one more there. There's another one on the driveway. Will he go down? Look at the team shot. Double kill comes in. Royal 2, 1-2, hit the floor. Now they've got bottom mid control. Now he's got the shotgun. He's going to try and lock down the Cinema side, Dave.
That's a testament to their communication. You and I both saw that player run past the POV over deeper in pit, and Royal 2 prioritized the weaker member first, killing that player who was closer to bomb center, and then turns around, hits some fabulous shots over in that dip.
He's reading this one like a book. He knows where they're going to be spawning. All of a sudden, he has just turned around and come up behind them. There's 1, there's 2, there's the 3rd. Putting great shots on. Will tap his team captain up, but that doesn't matter because more than likely, in a second, you'll see. Oh!
Snakebite
no!
is taken out there, though.
That's
He
got
has
to be
so much
reverse.
health.
That has to be a reverse. We were looking at it and how much damage you were done. That player were left unchecked and stayed alive.
And then he goes down and kills Frosty. I'm going to have to jump on with Shotzi as soon as we see Royal 2 go down because this kid must be playing out of his mind right now.
Time is ticking along though, but we do see Splyce with 2 plots. 1 goes down with Royal 2 and that shotgun. 1 bullet remaining in the chamber. Ground pound town spins around. Star Killer. See you later, Renegade. Take a hike, my friend. Making sure nobody comes up from S1. The grenades go down. You can see that the dot on the radar, but you know what? That doesn't matter. Boo Boo Doo Boo. He goes down. Frosty comes in with the assist, and now Royal 2, he can concentrate on this nest plot.
Yeah, they're going to get a temporary trip cap, but this won't last for long as they're basically trading on over yard. But I'll take that trade any day if you're in OpTic's shoes. If you're new to this game type and this map, bottom, center, and nest are the strongholds to have because you can watch both simultaneously in positions just like you see Royal 2 at Snipe 4.
One person turns around, he's trying to get this kill, whips for the Magnum, and all of a sudden Lethal will come in with the assist. will jump up on a driveway, but a grenade comes down, so that player will know exactly where he is, getting the information from the grenade. I thought he was going to get the, the bag smack. Perfect kill comes out. One player over his head. Body disrespect comes out. Sit down, my friend. There's a third one there, and he is tanking them all up. Fair enough, he doesn't get the kill, Dave, but keeping him back on that driveway, what does that do?
Yeah, just a couple shots like that. That can be a very, very bad spot to spawn. In fact, I would argue it's the worst spot to spawn if the opposing team gets a trip cap. You don't have very good options. You either have to charge through flowers, which is a very narrow hallway where you can get hit by grenades. If you try to charge through hotel or dip, you don't really have much map presence to go cap bottom center or nest. You just don't have great options from that cafe.
Big battle going down in bottom mid. It will be OpTic Gaming who sealed the deal, though. Lethal looking onwards towards his nest area. Grenades go down, making sure he's got all angles covered. Catches one player's head. That's going to be Shooter, who will jump up onto posters. Another challenger appears. This time they take down Lethal, so they're going to get a great reset there on nest. And all of a sudden, as we're watching these POVs, it's basement once again. Back and forth with this basement battle. Generally, it's something we tend to see, Dave. Is there any real way you can try and lock this down, or is it just the scrappy area of the map?
It's just kind of this game of who's going to put more people down there. It's one of those things where you'd like to have a few members down there really quick and then scatter right away. But it's always a tough situation because it's really tough when one or two members are down in bottom center and you don't have angles. You sometimes have to drop to get angles on spots like Prius or around different corners, just like shots you had to do right there. But other times too, when you don't have angles, or if you have a great position up like Snipe or Top Gold, you can just sit down there and rain down shots. Those kills cannot be answered. You cannot really have good answer people at top Snipe or Top Gold without getting up and getting high ground.
Total Control's going to do the damage, and that will seal the deal for game at number 1. OpTic Gaming, they will take map number 1. Plaza Strongholds 100 points to 36. A very commanding lead, Dave.
One thing I want to point out when we get to the stat screen here, I'm looking over at the Prowler to my side. This is the first game we've seen OpTic outslay Splyce. They outslayed him 47 kills to 39. Every single game in the Winners Bracket Finals, all 5 of those games, we saw Splyce outslaying OpTic. This is not looking good to start off the series.
Looking at the damage done as well, it's Frosty. Who better than the man with the movement topping the charts? Over 2k damage, 50% accuracy. Royal 2 with a 12.0 KDA, going 15 and 5. Staying alive in a stronghold, it's not the easiest because you're constantly moving around, but somehow he's just really well known for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's winning a lot of those clutch fights. We just saw a couple different opportunities where he stayed alive. As soon as he got that kill, he just kind of snowballs that effect into later, and look at that shotgun work we just saw out of him, making players just come up to him every single time. What's not shown on this screen is he makes a player waste their time at bottom snipe lift.
We'll see in a second what I was talking about when I kind of questioned you. Like here, for instance, he was just about to come up, but he gets that kill. He's only half shields. Rather than run away and try and stay alive, he'll still challenge those 2 people that are coming down the driveway. Now, keeping those people back, keeping them away, fair enough, you're going to die, but is the death worth the trade of keeping them there?
I wouldn't say the death is worth keeping the trade. In some cases, you get pinned in a certain situation, and a lot of times too, rather than ducking your head and just dying 1.5 seconds later, if you're not going to be able to run away and stay alive for an extended period of time, in some cases, the best option you can do is just lay down some shots. Make it easier for your next teammate.
All right then, guys, we're going to be rolling into map number 2. Let's bring you the series layout and show you how this one is going to play out. It's going to be Rig Slayer. Dave, talk to me about Rig Slayer.
Rig Slayer, this is one of the game types that can slow down quite a bit, or at least I used to think it would always slow down. OpTic kind of transformed that, as we saw into Worlds 2016, where they started doing the strategy where you would start getting spawn traps over at Bunker and then go get spawn kills over at Carbine. However, with these 2 squads, I expect things to be fast for short bursts of time, and then as soon as one team gets set up, as soon as they get a couple kills that are unanswered, they're going to slow things down, try a step with Sniper, and then pick off kill after kill.
You mentioned the sniper rifle. One of the biggest changes that this map has seen, we've seen it where it moves now to nest. Putting the sniper over on nest, what does that do to the map? Obviously, it's a bit of a, it's high risk, high reward because you've got to kind of run out into the open.
Yeah, it balances it out. My theory in game design is you want to have the good power-ups and power weapons, obviously in tough to reach spots. One thing that was tough earlier here on Rig is it used to spawn inside. So the team that was inside on Rig Slayer didn't have as much incentive to push out because they could grab Sniper, sit back in a safe spot near Bunker. They can just wait for Camo to come up, use that to garnish a couple kills, and then once again, sit back because Sniper and Camo spawn inside.
Well,
but that is no longer the case.
Nope. Another weapon in particular is that sky shot. Now, I mentioned earlier on how teams sometimes can overcommit to trying to take control of it. But you know what? Less about that, more about this. Game number 2 is live. OpTic Gaming going 1-0 up over Splyce. If you are just joining us, welcome along. Remember to tweet the stream, use the hashtag HCS. Whether you're tweeting it and using the link for Mixer or Twitch, you will be in it to win it for that Xbox One S. But Facebook, Twitter, Mixer, Twitch, welcome one, welcome all. Game number 2, Lethal with a second kill. We see Royal 2 coming in also down, taking down, Boo Boo Doo. Now he's looking for that one player there that's trying to hide. And the reason he's trying to hide is because the sniper rifle is in play, but that now is off the map.
Yeah, it looks like Renegade wisely jumps that one off the map, but look at this, just non-stop aggression. Lethal, let Boo Boo Doo just charge right out into a perfect shot. 7-2 lead here for OpTic, and this is a great start for them. They were having some trouble getting some good starts in the Winners Bracket Finals. That does not seem to be the case here in the first couple games of the Grand Finals.
Lethal accepting the challenge, will pre-aim and pre-fire. Grenade comes down. One person will walk through that white corridor and catch him off guard. Snakebite trying to stay alive as well, down in pit. In comes the ground pound. Didn't quite get the kill. Royal 2 in the kill feed picks up one, so does Frosty. Shooter answers back. Royal 2 with a second one with that BR. Now that BR will do so much damage. It's kind of a power weapon itself, especially on the rig when you get those line of sights and you get the long shots on. Frosty will challenge this one. Easy kill for him. Half shields all tagged up. Put a couple of bullets down. Unfortunately, turns around. Almost gets the kill. Renegade will see him out. Lethal though, Spartan charge comes in, gives him a beatdown, sky shot in hand.
Just so many members of OpTic collapsed at the right time. You may have been a little curious as to why Frosty's just challenging over there in bunker. He knew he had help from Lethal just charging on in. These guys must have their communication absolutely on point so far this series. So I want to go to Astro listening with OpTic Gaming.
Barrel B, Renegade. See barrels? Actually,
One hit, bottom rail,
Top engine, one shot.
Nice one, guys. Stay alive, stay alive. One hit, white hole, one hit, nice one. There's one guy. Matt, they're gonna drop.
47,
One hit, stay alive.
47, Brad.
Nice one, Matt, and overload.
Stay alive,
Keep staying alive, keep staying alive.
Damn, it's 47, TJ. I mean churches. Brad's going for it.
I got it.
Okay, top rail. Nice. Yo, push me on the top engine on me, I'm gonna die. Two shots. One's back out. He has like one or two shots.
Right, he's coming in,
Back out on me, Job. One bullet. Nice. Get it on.
Alright, cuts.
That's fine. He went well. You're alone.
One hit, cuts on me, moving. One hit SMG.
He's dropping him.
One hit SMG. Another one SMG, one hit.
Bait yourself, PJ. Yo, Matt, push this. I'm here. I'm gonna go top.
Alright, that's fine. I'll go low.
Go top engine. What's top engine? Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna push low.
Oh, BR fight weak, guys. We can put on the BR. SMG weak.
He's bunker steps. Two bunker steps, I'm coming to you.
He's weak.
Bottom rail on you, bottom rail.
Scatter's up.
Bottom rail.
Last guy scattered. Alright. Last guy back. Yo, someone go down. Sniper was scattered.
I'm gonna be out of.
Do stairs side. What is top slide? What is top weak top slide, guys?
Yeah, stay alive.
Sniper, one shot. Back out, one's back out. I got depth cam. Snipe's still up. Got it. Alright, run. One's back out. Sniper down me, sniper chasing me, guys.
I'm here.
Sniper down me.
There's two here. They have scattered. Two one hits connector.
Yo, behind me, SMG, one shot. SMG.
Where's he going? Left camera.
He's still there. I cannot see guys. I'm here, PJ. Yeah, push it up.
Just walk with me. Just keep walking. Just BR flat.
Yo, two top row, bunker. One's on bunker.
Two top rail.
I'll stay alive. We got body. Two shot bunker.
Two top rail.
Stay alive, PJ. They're looking at you.
There's two there. Another one up there. Scatter, snipe, and bunker. There's another one top rail. One hit top rail, Matt. One hit. Another one bunker all weapons. They're gonna be snipe all behind us soon. Nice one, Matt.
SMG, one shot with SMG. Just scatter.
Another one cuts, Matt.
He had scatter. It might be out. No, it's still there.
Where's that guy, Matt?
Bottom rail. He went barrels.
Two here. Two there.
45 camo. Scatter. Wait for this camo.
Overlook and nice one. Two, stay alive. Top rail. DJ, I spawn behind him. As I spawn nest, you're going to run this way.
Camo's 45. Oh my god. I died. Scatter's
die. Behind me, guys.
I'd run. Just keep running.
It's up. They're gonna have it. He just grabbed it.
Sniper rifle in hand. Frosty looking to do some damage, Dave. Now, at the start of that game, there was 25 kills in the first 2 minutes. This thing has slowed down drastically.
Yeah, it has slowed down quite a bit. And one thing that's always so surprising to me when I'm hearing OpTic calling out, it's just so calm. It just sounds like they're just playing a normal scrim any other day. They must have found their right formula, because it must be a situation where they must have had time. They're in a tournament and they're just calling out a little too loud. Things aren't working out for them, so they must just try to keep it calm the entire game.
I think that's all 4 dead. I think literally Boo Boo just took every single Doo-Boo and threw it all out the window because now we are all tied up 31 apiece. Shotzi with the sniper rifle in hand. Thrust back, one coming down. White Corridor knows exactly where he is. Renegade comes in with the assist, gives him the defense. This teamwork is on point. Every single time someone challenges Shotzi with the sniper, easy kill from him. Look at that, guy with no shield. But the one thing I have noticed, he's not really been allowed to use this sniper rifle yet because of the amount of pressure that OpTic are applying to him, Dave.
A lot of non-stop pressure. OpTic must have been in a position where they just assumed sniper was not set up yet, so they were trying to put pressure on before that player was comfortable. Now that they had a few deaths, they had to just back off. They had to respect the setup. And so that's why you don't see as many members of OpTic charging now compared to 15 seconds ago. Oh my God.
Lethal, where's your head at, son? Snakebite comes back and answers back. 1 kill lead here. Renegade putting down pre-grenades, looking for some hit markers, gets the information that he needs. He knows the player hiding behind that box. Grenade coming in thick and fast though, doesn't get away with his life, tries to get out of danger, unfortunately just a little bit too late. Shooter will challenge this 1 kill, but he knows that he's got support from his right-hand side. 1 player appears on the radar. Now look at that, he knows the sniper rifle disappeared. There's the 1 player, but it's Snakebite. Not only does he have the scatter, I believe he also has the sniper rifle, Dave.
Yeah, Frosty was able to sneak away with that sniper. I believe Snakebite has scatter. So despite Splyce coming ahead in a few of those engagements and getting more of the kills, they somehow didn't end up with the power weapons, which is quite surprising.
We'll just watch this and see how it kind of plays out, because this man right now with the camo, it's kind of all on him. When you've got Frosty with that sniper rifle set up at the back of the map, he needs to make something happen. Trigger discipline. He's going to back off for just a second because he knows that he's the easy way. He's kind of the only way you break this, break this setup. Grenade comes down, so now they know exactly where he is. But look at how passive, look at how creepy he is. The bullet comes across, he knows he's on the seawall.
And this is the opening moment right here as he gets right behind enemy lines, gets a hold of that scatter shot. Right now, the members of OpTic do not know if he is flanking up near bunker or if it's at tower, so this is a great situation for Boo Boo Doo Boo.
Little bit unfortunate though, because that camo is about to disappear. Snakebite comes down, he gets the first 2 shots. Will throws back. Oh, he looks away, but he still gets the kill. He is on the outskirts, will fall, 42-42. This is going all the way. Frosty still has that sniper rifle. The camo, unfortunately, didn't do its job. Will turn around, tries to get the kill. Unfortunately, Renegade, though, straight off the respawn, takes him down. That sniper rifle going to be in the hands of Splyce.
Yeah, as soon as one of these members dies and is spawning far away from the action, they're just sprinting back over to where their teammates are. This is a non-stop brawl over here. We have seen very few times where it's just slowed down, full setups, and teams just kind of setting up. Instead, it's just one of these situations where 1 kill happens after the other, and it's just these teams brawling back and forth.
I'm hearing the sniper in play. Looks like it's going to be Shooter right below him, down in Tower 1. Now he's out in the courtyard. Didn't quite catch how many bullets he's got left. Absolutely none. Never mind. He's going to try and look for the DMR, but it doesn't spawn in time. Shotzi though, creepy on the outskirts. 1 player there as well. 1 will run down the corridor. He's going to get backed off every single time, Dave. They'll put a couple of shots in and then just run back. OpTic, they're kind of chasing the tails here. 49-44. All 4 of them can collapse and get this kill.
Yeah, Splyce are in a perfect position right now. They just have to charge in, get 1 kill. They clearly don't want to just give up any free deaths, but anytime they see 1 weak player, they're probably just going to charge right over the last kill. Boo Boo Doo Boo gets it with a grenade.
Comes in and seals the deal. 50-44, I believe, was the final score. Splyce, though, they answer back in game number 2 with a very, very strong showing, mainly because they were down at the start of the game by quite a fair few kills.
Yeah, I would say it was not a insignificant margin. I was something around like 6 or so kills, but to be able to close that up against a squad like OpTic, it's been incredibly impressive from the Splyce squad. We've seen them do that even in the last series. We saw them, I believe it was on Plaza Slayer, where OpTic was up by 6 kills. OpTic had sniper. Somehow Splyce was able to take that sniper out of their hands, close that gap, and actually extend the lead for their own 6 for an entire 12-kill swing over 4 minutes.
Biggest storyline there, without question, Shotzi, the young man, 17, 13, and 12. 10 headshots out of those 17 kills, almost a 60% accuracy, 9.3 KDA, 2.2k damage. There was, I believe, 1 more person just above him with 2.4 with less kills, so the teamwork makes the dream work, especially here for Splyce. They put themselves 1 more map closer to claiming victory and lifting that trophy. We are rolling on into game number 3. It's going to be Fathom CTF Day. Now, this game type, give me some insight. Who do you think this in particular favors?
Fathom CTF, I mean, I talked about how the longer games go, the more I see that favoring OpTic. However, when we saw them playing this earlier, it felt like we saw a lot of slaying from Splyce. So it's just going to be those things where it's going to be a slay fest. I know it's a cop-out answer to say whoever outslays is going to win, but that seemed to hold true for 4 out of 5 games last series.
How do you, when you look at this one, there's a few teams that you've seen before where they'll win through pure pressure, just pull the flag, and eventually we'll kill them on the way and we will get it in the base. Is that something that will play with the level of competition that's on stage right now?
No, I don't think so. Every once in a while you can get that flank through, get the kill at the perfect time and start to run that, but to do that on a consistent basis is not very, it's not going to happen. You might see that more so in, like, in the open bracket and a couple other squads where that seems to be their playstyle. But when you're talking about like OpTic and Splyce, these two are in the winners finals. That may happen once this entire game at most, and I highly doubt that they're going to risk too much as far as flanking someone around and keeping them in action for too long. They want to make sure that they have 4 guns in the center to fight for top center, to fight for railgun, fight for camo.
2 gentlemen in the back. We got Coach Phil over on Splyce, and we got Wes Clutch Price over on OpTic Gaming. Going to be counting the numbers because there is obviously a camo in this map and there's also a railgun. And we've mentioned before, the railgun, if you can take it from bottom mid, you can position it top mid, that thing can do so much damage. The one weapon that we don't often, well, we don't talk about enough, I think, is the light rifle, especially with OpTic Gaming. They love to play around the silo and they love to just pick people off spawn.
Yeah, last time I saw OpTic playing this, at one point throughout the kill feed, I saw 3 different members of OpTic a kill with the light rifle, just watching that weapon in there. So it goes to show that they prioritize that weapon and grabbing it. They realize that it's very useful up close. They can get those couple shot beatdowns, but especially long range. There's a big difference between pinging somebody with 1 shot with a Magnum compared to hitting them with 1 light rifle shot across the map.
One person I want to be looking at as well, Royal 2. He loves a good old bit of tac-mac action. We're picking those up as he moves. We're going to see the bump jump coming out of shots. He doesn't make it to top mid. Interestingly, no grenades down on bottom mid though. That one player getting caught off guard. 1, 2, 3 members make that 4. Splyce, they are all dead off the spawn.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about Shotzi not being tall enough to ride this ride here in the amusement park of Fathom, but as we saw at the beginning, even though he got that railgun, it did not amount to anything. I don't know exactly what OpTic's breakout strategy was there, but they read Splyce like a book.
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Clearly they know more than what we do, because usually, if you're going down for the railgun, there's always someone there, or at least there's some kind of challenge for it with the grenades. He was found completely left to it, but all 3 of his teammates were dead.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that strategy too by OpTic. Think about how often you think of railgun area being just a death trap with all those grenades flying off the start. Instead, OpTic says, all right, we'll send a few other members up towards top and get top control, and then we'll go back and get railgun afterwards.
Frosty will be taking him down, and that's a good thing for Splyce with the tac-mac. Keeping him up there is an absolute nuisance. Lethal will also fall. Shooter and Shotzi doing work down in the feed. Dave, what are you seeing?
One thing I saw was we saw Lethal with light rifle, but also Royal 2. The thing we talked about at the very beginning was how much they were grabbing light rifle in the time we saw them playing Fathom earlier.
And it's exactly what the opponent is doing. It seems to be one of the main metas on this, where you stand on the back and you can just ping them off the spawn, put pressure on them from that angle, and at least allow your teammates, especially if they're allowed to pull a flag. Generally, the quickest route is bottom middle, but you need that one player who can give support. tac-mac comes off spawn. Frosty's there to call and collect. There's still one player, though. He's in a dangerous spot. Thankfully, Lethal's there. He's allowed to push out, go through the pit, and at least clear that player out from Garage.
Yeah, it's not too dangerous of a spot for Frosty sitting over there in back engine. A lot of times you need someone coming up close near porch, or that person's going to have a well-placed grenade to take you out from elbow side. So Frosty just playing it safe. He wanted to stay there at porch/engine as long as possible until he knew his base was safe.
Wrecked. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye, Boo-Boo. He's taken down. Looking for some more players as well. He just sees his team captain fall in front of him, so he knows that there is danger ahead. Will begin to get drilled from the back. Finds a nice cheeky railgun on the floor. Easy kill. The shots he will get lined up in his reticle. He's seeing bullets coming across his head as well, so he knows the player there. There's the second one. Boo-Boo again, straight off the respawn. Will drop. Hard scopes in. Beautiful double. Quick scope to take the second player as well.
And look how aggressive Splyce are. They're making it easy for Frosty to get these shots. Think about how often when the opposing team has railgun and these players are hiding, how frustrating that can be. Whereas Frosty, he's just able to hit these cross-map shots, player after player, just challenging him or jumping out in the open.
Look at this bodyguard system, walking this one home. They're going to put that call, collect, GG, 1-0 OpTic Gaming. Now the pressure will fall back into the hands of Splyce, because at the moment, it does feel like a bit of a slay fest on the OpTic side.
Yeah, and I can't blame them. Like I talked about before, they only played 3 objective games last series, and they lost 2 out of the 3, even though they're outslaid all 3 games. So I think OpTic approach this game and series should be getting the outslays. So I don't disagree with that at all. Boo Boo Doo somehow moving this pretty far across the map though. Eventually taken down, I believe that's 2 members of Splyce down, so we're going to see what Shooter can do to try to keep this flag alive.
This is a huge kill if they manage to get it, but the one player's hiding in the corner. Will they get it returned? They don't. They actually get the touch. But on the opposing side, we will see Frosty moving it along. Big throw from him. Now it's over in their side. One player jumps up for the challenge. That's going to be Renegade. He gets shook down by Frosty, which is fantastic work. Grenades will go down. One player, I think he's completely tagged up one shot. Doesn't matter, a beatdown will seal the deal on that one. Hops for the grenades, gets the beatdown. One player though touches the flag, pulls it away, and another player comes in for the support. And now we're in that world famous standoff situation.
Boo Boo Doo winning that 1v1. Literally saved a flag capture right there. That would have been a flag return, no questions about it from Frosty. Going clutch when he needs to.
Things are going to quieten down for just a second as both teams will try and feel each other out once again. Time and time again, we keep seeing that light rifle just in from the vat, pinging players inside the window. Will drop the flag so he knows his teammates will be coming off the spawn and can pick it up, which is what they do. Reset the timer, look for these players. One player, everyone's kind of spread out here, Dave, and that's exactly why Boo Boo knew he needed to grab this next camo.
Yeah, Boo Boo just kind of playing the long game, realizes that if they're going to get some sort of flag recovery against OpTic, they're going to need some sort of firepower, some sort of power-up to help carry him through it. Right there, capitalizing on Frosty, making a massive mistake. OpTic are just trying to toss this flag out to keep it out in the open to get this recovery. But right here, Boo Boo Doo being sneaky, getting that return. This might be a flag for Splyce, but we got to see who's on the other side of the map.
They got the return and they're moving it as well. Fantastic shot from Boo Boo to stop it, and his teammate comes in with Shotzi with a grenade. Dadby, he will fall. And now Boo Boo looks to take control of top mid as the flag once again is on the move. I think that potentially could go in. Shotzi will fall. Eyes on the prize. Can he get that kill? It would be huge if he does, but I think Renegade's there.
Oh my gosh, what looked like it was going to turn out just fine for Splyce. Second time in a row does not. We saw them having this sort of trouble, I believe, on Coliseum Flag, where they were outslaying, and there was 2 different opportunities where it just felt like OpTic would clutch it up. Right now, when I look at the slays, OpTic is outslaying in this game. However, they're up significantly. They've just come up clutch in 2 or 3 different situations.
Royal 2 trying to get some shots from the vat. One player will run straight through him. Lethal will take control of top mid to stop anyone advancing up through Treehouse as well. Looking for more players. Renegade jumps up to force him down into pit. Doesn't need to get the call out. He's got the BR, so he'll finish that one off himself. I like the play from Snakebite though, rather than just dishing out and diving out. He's going to stay in his base there to try and get a bit of defensive play. Takes down one. We'll see the railgun as well. Second player comes in. Easy kill from him. In fact, even easier because Lethal's there to give him a hand. At the moment, it kind of feels... I don't know, I want to say messy, but generally that's kind of how Fathom CCF always seems to play because it's just constantly non-stop action.
Yeah, Fathom, you can actually isolate some 1v1s. Even though it seems like a fairly wide open map with long sightlines, there are few specific positions, whether you're charging towards Treehouse or whether you're back in your engine side or even charging over near Silo. In many cases, you can isolate certain angles, and unless 2 people are running around in a pack, running around together, it's really unlikely that you will get double teamed. So some of these fights are just going back and forth with these players just winning crucial battles.
Well, we can jump in, obviously, if something big happens there, but I want to kind of test your knowledge a little bit. While this is it's all going down, it's a bit of a slay fest. We're looking across at the kills now. OpTic Gaming, they have 50 kills. On the opposing force of Splyce, they have 42. What are you seeing? If you were in Splyce's position now, you're 2-0 down and you're getting outslayed. Where are the mistakes happening, Dave? What are you seeing that's going wrong?
Yeah, that's a really tough one. I feel like I'm seeing a few aggressive plays from Splyce that are actually getting punished this time. Beforehand, we'd see a couple different times where a player like Renegade, he would be jumping out just fully uncontested out in front of the base on something like true capture the flag without getting shot. And now, anytime I see one of these members just misstep a slight little bit, you see just magnum shots all the way across the map, melting these players from Splyce.
I mean, they've been very close. They've had 2 close calls, but OpTic has just been OpTic, man. They're just too good. Getting the reset on those flags. Shooter will get a pull on this one, and while someone's inside the base as well. He is absolutely no shield, inches away from death, but I tell you what, he's made a damn good run out of that.
That is a fast flag run. That's exactly what Splyce needs if they want to make sure they don't put themselves in some desperate situation. One cap is absolutely feasible within 4 minutes.
That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And as you can tell, my voice is just about giving in there from that one. One player on the radar. He's going to drop bottom mid. He's got, ooh, wait. There's 2 players there at least to manage to take that one down. He knows there's a player creeping around. That's going to be, I believe, Royal 2 hiding down in garage also. One jumps up. He will fall. Great position, though. He can obviously use this railgun. It's kind of on him. If his teammates can get a pull on this, Dave, he can rain down terror.
Yeah, I don't expect this one to get pulled. Someone like Shots would have to pull off an incredible play in order to get this flag out because it's just kind of lasted too long. Like I said, on Fathom CTF, you just have too many good options wherever you spawn. If you spawn silo, you can go for a counter flank or a counter pull. If you spawn on your flag or at elbow, you can basically stop the flag puller. So you just have too many good spawns and options in Fathom. That's why it's one of the toughest objective games, if not the toughest objective game in Halo 5.
Shooter being extremely creepy. Camo and Rail as well. Flag's going to be on the move. Killing spree will come in. Doing some serious damage now. However, Snakebite comes in and shuts this one down. Picks up a double kill. Boober Doober answers back onto Frosty. Once again, big engagement. Both flags are out, and it's just very, very scrappy.
Yeah, but Shooter was actually going for a greedy play. He assumed his team was going to get that flag cap. In fact, 2 or 3 of his teammates ended up dying as they got the flag all the way to Porch. So I almost wonder if it was more of a greedy play going for like that double cap. It might come back to bite him. So instead of getting the tying cap, now we have OpTic running their 3rd and final cap across the map.
Yeah, and Lethal's got defense. I think that's going to be GG. Gets hit with a grenade. He will fall. Is someone there to get it? Yes, of course they are. OpTic Gaming, they go 2-1 up in the series as they finish out Fathom CTF 3-1.
Yeah, and looking at the Slays, we did actually see Splyce come ahead in Slays at the end of that game. It was actually neck and neck. I mean, 68 kills to 65 kills in favor of Splyce, but the objective score tells a different story.
And the individual standout performances. I mean, quite a lot of deaths coming out of Snakebite. Still 21 kills. Take a look at the damage done, see if that tells a different story. Triple kill and over. The only player actually over 3K with a 4.0 KDA will be Royal 2. Everybody over that 2.5 mark bar Lethal. They're still with 13 assists. I mean, look at the assists. That's the biggest factor for me, Dave. It was maybe around the 50 mark compared to, best glance guess, around the 30 mark for Splyce.
Yeah, I mean, we had 47 assists for OpTic, and we only had 34 for Splyce. So Splyce had more kills, less assists. One notable one would say is Renegade. He only had 4 assists that game. I mean, I never try to highlight just the stat screen because that doesn't tell the full story. End of the day, though, single-digit assists in a 10-minute game.
But to be in your defense and your credit, you did say you saw quite a few ballsy challenges, so to speak, when you were looking at him and the kind of things that he was actually doing. There are a few questionable jump outs, I want to say, but then again, we can sit here and just best guess analyze it. You don't know what goes through these players when they're up there through their minds.
Yeah, we weren't on screen the whole time, and like I said too, Fathom can also be one of those maps where you can isolate one-on-ones, and unfortunately that can snowball heavily. You lose that one-on-one treehouse, and no one else is there to clean it up. That player's getting the shields back and then coming to put pressure on your spawn.
This is what happens, man. This is what happens when you poke the bear, you get the claws. They knocked OpTic Gaming down to the loser side of the bracket, and they're fighting back with the vengeance. They smell blood. How often, in fact, we never see OpTic Gaming on the loser side of the bracket, in fact. It is weird seeing and kind of knowing that they need to win 2 best-of-7s to claim this championship.
Yeah, but it's kind of odd, too, because we've also seen OpTic been put in that situation before where it's just like the bracket gets reset, and we see them in many situations where they play 14-game series for the grand final. So it's not as odd. It's just, yeah, it's odd seeing them coming from the loser bracket side, though, not the fact that we might see a bracket reset.
Okay, so Splyce, younger roster. Inexperienced is a horrible word because these guys aren't inexperienced, but certainly...
They are. All right, like, look at Renegade and Shotzi. Okay. I am older than both of them combined.
You are like 90, though.
I am old. I am an old man, but whole point being is I was attending tournaments, 2001, 2002 was my very first tournament. So, I mean, that is 15, 16 years of experience that these guys have only been born.
Okay, so if you were behind these guys, if you're Coach Phil right now, what are you saying? Because composure against OpTic Gaming is certainly a huge factor.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they kind of thrived on the crowd. They thrived in those pressure situations in the winners bracket finals. So I would tell Coach Phil, if I was Coach Phil, I would go in there and just tell them, get your rhythm back. Just get slain. No need to try to get aggressive going for like any sort of double caps against a squad like OpTic. Be happy with the inches that you can get in certain situations like that. Get the single cap, secure it, go back and outslay OpTic again. They've proven that they can outslay OpTic on a consistent basis. They just need to do it a little bit more, and then they can reap the benefits of the objective work.
Well, look onwards then. Next game type. It's going to be Eden Strongholds. Is this a little bit of a savior for them? Do you think they can kind of get this car back on track?
Yeah, obviously. They just, like I said, need to outslay. This one's a bit tougher, though, because Eden Strongholds can be so rough when you lose control. I'm not sure if where I'd rank it in order of like Strongholds as far as like how snowball you can get, but Eden has to be right up there because of how tough it can be to get Catwalk back, how tough it can be when the opposing team gets a camo or an overshield and starts running around.
Can you, as a player, can you say, all right, we lost the first Strongholds. Does that put doubt in your mind that you're going to lose the second one in the series?
No, I mean, when you go up there, you are full of confidence. A lot of these players will have like pre-match jitters or something like that before the game starts. However, once you're actually in the game, that all goes away. You've had thousands of hours playing Halo, practicing, getting ready for this event. You're going to be prepared. So they just need to go in there, play how they know how to play, and try not to, I know it sounds weird saying try not to get too greedy, but it just felt to me a couple of those times they got a little too overly aggressive. They could have just kind of sat back, got a kill or two on OpTic members, and then charged in as a full team.
It really does worry me when you look across at that OpTic gaming roster and you just kind of remember how many accolades that team's got, how many times they've been in certain positions, especially sticky ones, and they've just spun it around, you know? They just literally turned things around on a pinhead. And honestly, guys, this is kind of what you're seeing unfold. We're very early in this series. Anything can still happen, but I'm smelling a bracket reset. I don't know about yourself. I'm smelling a bracket reset.
Yeah, if you had asked me before the series, like I said, I had no idea. I said after first game, though, I'd have a better idea, and OpTic came out swinging that first game. I'm happy to see Splyce answer back with game number 2 and win game number 2. But once again, we've just seen OpTic outworking them in those objective games. If I ever had to be choosing which kind of game type to win, Slayer or objective, obviously objective. Those games last longer. You have more of them per series, and it seems like OpTic are winning the objectives right now.
Okay, I'm seeing players getting back in their seats. Let's bring up the series layout and show you guys and remind ourselves the full best of 7 series layout, because this could go all the way, guys. These teams are up for it. We're up for seeing it as well. Eden Strongholds will be map number 4. Truth Team Slayer map number 5. Coliseum CTF for number 6. And it's Lethal's favorite map, Regret Team Slayer. Now, tell me if I'm wrong here. The last time Lethal lost a major competition was actually on Regret Team Slayer at Aspen X Games.
I mean, we saw them. It depends what you classify a major competition. I consider HCS Daytona a major competition, and I don't know.
I'm talking rubbish. There you go. No, you're right. You're right. I'm talking rubbish. You just
it's all good.
Throw me under a bus like one can. Well, I'm doing it to myself, to be fair. Obviously, a favorite game type of his. It will be forgetting that one. Certainly, Smackdown should never let him forget about it.
Oh,
but
absolutely not.
I can see this going all the way, and I can see us certainly getting this bracket reset. When the bracket resets, does this, and you kind of said it before, is this where OpTic go, all right, we're on for this now. This is ours. 100%.
Yeah.
This is ours.
Yep. At that point, they have tackled the beast, and they are just going for the kill when it bracket resets right there. So I have a feeling if OpTic can bracket reset, unless Splyce comes out really strong in like game number 1 or game number 2, I feel like it's just going to be OpTic rolling over them. So we're going to have to see what Splyce is going to do after the beginning of this game right here, because clearly they want to close out in this first series, but they're going to have to do something right now. They've lost the last 2 objective games. Are they going to lose 3 in a row?
All right, guys, let's get this thing going. The players have been to the toilet, looking a little bit more comfortable. Let's see how the player this one out shots it. Picking up that first OS of the game. And he'll get the kill. There's the second one as well. Easy, easy, GG. Shots it with the beatdown and the shot. Looking across the board, trying to see who's got control of some of these power weapons. We'll move up to top Catwalk, and look at that. 2 players instantly. Hawkeye Dave picking out that camo guy.
Yeah, and that is such a great move. So what we saw from there, from Splyce, is they ended up getting a couple kills, and then they charged and sort of secure together. Obviously, a few members got picked off. It didn't execute as well as they would have liked, but still, those are the kind of pushes we need to see from Splyce if they're going to be able to beat OpTic in this series.
Shooter with absolutely zero fear, challenging that one guy. One of them falls below him. He knows and needs to be careful. There's a player to his right-hand side. I actually think that may be the guy that dropped behind him. His teammate Renegade, though, is helping him out. He's pressuring that guy over on the platform. One of them jumps over his head, gives him some defense. I absolutely love that play. 3 players working together, Dave, to make sure they took control of top catwalk.
Yeah, and right here, double kill. Make that a triple kill for Shooter. He's going to try to get this blue bend, and I want to see the other members of Splyce collapse in on that last member of OpTic. I'm not sure where that player is, but they have to have that game sense and know exactly where they should be spawning or where they lost track of that last player. I believe Royal 2 was that last player who got picked on Shotzi.
Shooter.
And on Boo Boo Doo Boo.
Taking a look around, Royal 2 and Frosty down in the kill feed. 2 members of Splyce will fall. 2 of them, though, working side by side. Look at that team shot. Royal 2 had no idea what just hit him as his body hit the floor. They're both advancing onto this red nest. They're working in tandem because they know there is an enemy over in that platform corner. In fact, I'm telling a lie, there's actually 2 members of OpTic Gaming inside red. And the teamwork here is making the dream work, Dave. And now applying pressure to Snakebite to see if they can finish him off. He's got to run. He's got to get the hell out of here.
Ricky Bobby would be very proud of a couple of these shake and bakes you saw over at Red Base. These are so good right now. Just these back and forth, these bait and switches. But despite Splyce getting the better of those fights in Red Base, they are now trip capped against. They need to stop the bleeding. Finally taking over a mess. That's a silver lining. But at the same time, Catwalk is the #1 stronghold you want to hold on this map, and that's what Shooter's going for.
So we saw a full control in the hands of Splyce. And in the meantime, while all that damage was going on, Dave, and all that battling, OpTic Gaming, they flipped it on its head. Was that kind of what Snakebite was trying to do? Keep them focused on him while his teammates spread across the map to take control of the other points?
Yeah, OpTic does a really good job, like I said, in every single state of the game. One of them namely being, as soon as a couple of their teammates go down, they either know how to rotate away and isolate a fight, or buy enough time for their spawners to have some sort of influence on the next battle.
Just goes to show, getting the kills won't always get you the win, especially in on objective. 16 points to 30. Renegade taking a peep and creeping. Knows there's one player over here on blue side. Gonna wait and see if anybody tries to take a quick defensive look.
I like that play. Such a great play from Renegade, realizing after a player takes blue bend, they have very few options. They're probably gonna go back over towards Catwalk if they feel like it's threatened. Renegade just reading out that situation and going over and taking blue bend afterwards.
So they've got control of Rockets. What's the play, Dave? Where do you go now from here? You've got
Catwalk.
blue. Catwalk?
You got to go back to Catwalk at some point. It's the best position. They don't have anyone security at the moment, so this could be the Achilles heel in Splyce's strategy here on Eden Stronghold.
I'm not sure which one of his teammates threw that grenade, but my God, it cracked Snakebite in the jawline, give him an easy kill as well. Still, full control in the hands of Splyce to turn this one around compared to what it was. But look at this team shot. Another player steps up. Unfortunately, this time it goes in the hands of OpTic Gaming. Pre-grenades go down. Renegade is getting a really good defensive margin on this one. Unfortunately, one player is allowed to slip through. Big one-on-one battle.
Wow.
Wins it out, Renegade.
Those are the plays you need to be winning and making if you're going to win the grand finals here. Right there, Renegade was the only member alive on his team. Ends up taking out 2 members of OpTic and making it even ground once again.
Beautiful play. Shotzi also getting the one-on-one. That's going to be Lethal, who will drop Frosty, though, picking up fresh rockets. Comes up behind one. That's going to be Royal 2, who falls. Frosty gets caught off guard. Grenade goes down. YOLO rocket comes in. Seals the deal. There's a double. They've got the plot as well. And that time, Dave, it's going to keep on ticking.
And look at what Shotzi was doing. He was first looking over toward Catwalk. He realized how important that stronghold is. Unfortunately, does not have many teammates in position to finish us off. Luckily, I believe that is Renegade, a.k.a. John, pushing on over towards top Catwalk, trying to get some help.
He is dumping on them right now. Shotzi is a little mini turret over here in Red Nest. There's another one, just tagging players left, right, and center. Keeping it. I mean, the best place about this is, one, he can control Nest, but more importantly, Dave, himself, he's controlling Catwalk.
Yeah, he's just doing it all. That's one strength also of Catwalk too, is you can easily transition over to either of the strongholds. If you're near Catwalk side, you can basically lay down shots towards Blue Bend or towards Red Nest.
Two players will flood into red. They'll take out Shooter, so more than likely OpTic Gaming will be turning that one in their favor. Straight away, though, off the respawn, Shotty heads on over to Blue Bend, and he'll make sure that Splyce keep on ticking points in this Strongholds map. Instantly, beelines across the map. 3 members of OpTic, they are dead.
One thing that was most impressive about that was, we talk about Shotzi's movement, how ridiculous it is. However, one thing he did during that whole situation, from rotating from Blue Bend over towards Red Nest, is jumping up on that top ledge above the lower catwalk. That gave him an angle to shoot any members that were retreating from Red Nest over into Red Base. Just an angle where, in most cases, as soon as you get shots of those players, that player is going to run away and get away in Red Base.
Sweet Jesus, mother of God. Renegade is slaughtering them. How is he allowed to do this? Triple kill comes in as well. There's the over. Can he find it? Not quite. There's another player as well. He is destroying them. How is this man even alive?
They are not stopping. They are finding where these members of OpTic are spawning and just charging them right off the spawn, not allowing them to set the pace of the game, instead pushing them right off the bat.
Did hold back for just a second, tried to go for the assassination. Triple cap comes in. The time is going to do some serious damage here to OpTic Gaming. Shooter is going to press on forward as he knows the player going to be coming straight out of Red
Such
Nest.
a smart play. So what he did,
yeah,
he knew that players were probably going to try challenge from Red Nest or from Red End, and you aren't going to expect free rockets at this level of play. So instead, he decides to be one step ahead. He wants to basically set up a play where his teammates can grab rockets. Unfortunately, there were 3 members of OpTic there, 1 having overshield, so there's only so much you can do. But in the end, if it was even footing, or if there's only 1 player, he had a really good shot at getting rockets.
It's pretty insane. Every time we see all these big kills and the big killing sprees coming out of Splyce, OpTic Gaming, that's the second time now they've turned that into a triple cap. 2 players will go down. And actually, excuse me, no, they won't. They'll both stay alive as they take out Royal 2. And all of a sudden, the Rockets, it's in the hands of Shotzi.
Yeah, Royal 2 actually had rockets there when he got caught off guard by 2 members of Splyce just jumping around the corner at Red Bend. Look at how aggressive both these teams are. That's one of the impressive parts, too, about OpTic is we try to talk about how they like to set the pace of the game. They say in some cases, if game starts getting scrappy, they can play that too.
Frosty may have just saved the day, but my word, they have a pretty titanic battle ahead of them. They are only 2 points away from losing map number 4, and they are flooding into blue. They want this triple cap. Renegade's trying to stay alive. He did it before. Can he do it again? Big one-on-one battle. Wins it out. Royal 2. He goes down. Another player appears on the radar as well. Taking just a breather to get his shields back rather than just YOLOing in, which I absolutely love. Now he's going to try and drop underneath and look at them. They're working in tandem, Dave. One on this side of the map, one on the opposing one. They're both downstairs in the pit.
They realize if they get Catwalk just for a moment, they can win this game out. They realize Catwalk's also the strongest stronghold to get a hold of. They get it for just that moment. Boo Boo Doo Boo trying to watch it, close it out, and that is the victory for Splyce.
We are all tied up. Splyce are now just 2 maps away from lifting the HCS Pro League Summer 2017 trophy live in front of you for your very eyes on main stage. OpTic Gaming, though, they've got other plans. 2 more maps will reset the bracket and give the Green Wall another crack at another trophy.
And looking at the slaves right here, Splyce outslaying OpTic 57 to 52 kills. I called it before. I said that if Splyce wants to win this, they need to start outslaying OpTic. I mean,